Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sam's YouTube channel, and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm. This is episode number 7, I believe, is what it's going to be called. And I will apologize because I've missed a couple of. I missed a video on Friday. I thought that video was going to come out on Friday. I probably talked about it coming out on Friday. I had recorded it the week, I think Monday or Tuesday before that. And I've still just been under the weather. I have not felt well at all. I am going to, there goes Billy Bob with a load of oats, I believe. We've got Billy Bob and Jack harvesting the last field, field number 5. That's, well, let me just bring up the map. And I can't bring up the map because I've got my screen stuff done. But field number 5 is this one down here. Down in the bottom right hand corner down there, that is field number 5. And so let me go ahead and hide those HUDs again. So anyway, I have just been under the weather, just not been feeling well at all, as I have said. And unfortunately, I just didn't feel like recording. And you know, I don't think you can force these things. I played a little bit, played farm sim, did some truck sim, some stuff like that, just a little bit, and well, just again, just didn't feel like recording. And I think that you know, if you're not a content creator, maybe you know, don't have anything necessarily to compare it to, but maybe it's just comparing it to anything else kind of in life, that if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling at the top of your game, then obviously it's just going to be kind of a challenge. And I think it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge, sort of, to me, to be cheerful, to try to be fun, and to try to do tasks like this. Now, obviously, what we're doing is we're loading up some wool, pretty poorly, I would say, but we'll try to straighten it out. We're going to do a couple of different things, kind of not not farming specifically. In other words, not harvesting and stuff like that. We're going to have Billy Bob and Jack do that if they can do it uninterrupted. And as I just was thinking that thought, then I get the message about the ideal 9T is slipping. So who knows what's up with that. It's course play, as I have often said. So now the John Deere is slipping. So I don't know. Maybe they'll sort themselves out. Maybe they won't. We'll try to get this on the trailer like that. And we need to obviously let the tension off and then see. I think, and I may have said this before in a previous video, I think that that maybe, just maybe, bell handling, pallet handling, and stuff in 19 is a little better. It certainly seems to be a little better for the folks like myself, or I will just say for like myself, who are a little bit, who kind of have two thumbs, two of the opposite thumbs on the opposite hand, so to speak. And now there is a method to my madness in what I'm doing here, because we're just going to load this telehandler up with the pallet on the forks, because I'm not sure if I can get the telehandler on here with those bells as they are. So we're gonna kind of do this. It's gonna look a little stupid maybe, but hey ho. Let me pause just a moment. I'm gonna go detangle those two workers, and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. I've got those guys detangled. Let me do this really quick, so that in the future, if that kind of happens again, we will just kind of ignore it. I like to make sure that my screenshots are as clean as possible. And so let's grab that right there. That hopefully will tell a little bit of the story that we're trying to accomplish today. We're going to get in our truck, and we're going to fold up the back, and hopefully that will fold that up. And then we will tension our straps. I think that may have done that. Let's just check here. I need to turn on the HUD again. and fasten, unfasten. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get going. Now, in the previous video that you watched, episode number 6, which I, again, didn't even feel like I recorded it, but I did not feel like editing it and everything. I just had such a busy time at work. I was out of work for a couple of, I was off work for one day the week before, which I think I talked about in that last video. And then just basically didn't feel like doing anything, and it is what it is, I suppose, and we just kind of live with it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go and sell this wool. We're setting at $57,000, almost $58,000 now. That's about where we were at the end of the previous episode. I think I've spent just a little bit of money, and that will become apparent here in just a minute. And when I say a little bit of money, it wasn't a whole lot of money. But again, that will become apparent in just a minute as we try to figure out how to drive straight down our road. Now again, I had taken off camera, I think before I recorded episode number 6, I think I had done some work, some grass work and everything, and moved some grass that we had cut on the verge area around these fields, moved that up to the BGA. That grass had fermented at the BGA, and life is good. And there's our new field that we have cut corn off of, and also went ahead and had that field plowed. So once we get this last field of oats done, which obviously the boys are in the process of getting that done now, we will have all the harvesting done. Now the oats, as I had talked about before, I think we're going to need to keep that in our grain silo for the horses, because hopefully the horses are going to be a pretty decent payout for us once we get to a point where that we can sell those. Now the BGA, obviously the BGA functions differently in FarmSim 19 than it has done in previous iterations of this fine game. You may also know that in order for the BGA, for you to actually be able to use the BGA, you have to own the land around the BGA. So that is certainly the case. We'll go ahead and shut that noisy truck off and just bring up here the info for you to see. This, I believe, was owned maybe when I purchased field number 8. Now I own everything around. I had to do that to actually put the chicken coop down here on this placeable area. Unfortunately, you can't just buy the way that it's configured, or the way that Stevie has it configured. I couldn't figure out a way to just buy this portion of land. It was basically everything around, so all the forests and everything, but that's okay. I cheated the money in. We bought that so that we could have that placeable. But here at the BGA, we own it. Everything is fine. I don't know if there is an issue. Now, we have sold some material here at the BGA, and of course the way that the BGA works in FarmSim 19 is that you don't get paid until midnight. So not real sure how much we're going to make, but we'll see. Obviously we'll see a paycheck come in as I speed up my time, because I keep forgetting to do that. We'll see a paycheck come in. Now the interesting thing is I was able to use the conveyor. I cheated just a little bit, as I said that I would, because the shovel functions are not yet working in Courseplay. I cheated enough, and I think we were able to fill this up about twice, this semi-tipper back here. So that's, I think, 59,000 liters per trailer, and I believe I was able to get 2 of those. Got some from the front, and then had to come back here to the back and open the silo up here. But now look at this, and I don't know if this is a bug with 19, if it's a bug with this map, or what the case is, but basically I can't get the rest of this to open up. Now, I don't know what might be the cause of this. I suppose I could try, which I don't think I have yet, I could try making sure that we get this thing out of the way, or out of the bunker. So let me try that, because I have not tried that thus far, making sure that there was no equipment inside the range of the bunker. But it was weird that it basically did it that way, and I'm going to go ahead and shut it off and get out, and we'll just leave that like that. We come up here, we hit our R for opening the silo bunker, and it does not work. So if I bring up my menu again, we've got 182,000 liters of silage. Now, I don't know, maybe it's a glitch, maybe it's something that once what we've already dumped into the machine here, once that sells, maybe we get access to a portion of this. Maybe that's how it works. And if that is the case, then that's just my own lack of knowledge about how the BGA works in Farm Sim 19, because this is the first time that I have really messed with the BGA stuff. So we don't need course play set there. All right, so let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go around, and we're going to sell this wool. Let me just bring up the menu again so that I can make sure that I know where our wool is going to be sold. And probably this isn't the best price necessarily, but hey, it's good enough for right now. $1,249 for the wool. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and go and sell that. And then we're going to go and stop by the store, and we're going to pick up something, and we'll see how much time we have, and maybe we can play with what that is that we've just purchased for a very, very low price. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful time. Hope your month of March is going well. What is it that they say? Is it April or March where they say in like a lamb, out like a lion, or in like a lion, out like a lamb, or something or another like that? I don't know. I can just tell you that we've had some of the coldest temperatures that we've experienced this season, this winter season. So basically winter starting, back in November, December, when the cold weather starts to set in. We've had some of the coldest temperatures on record in the month of March, and the month of March as of right now is only about 9 days old. This is Saturday the 9th of March, and really this is the first time that I have felt like recording and doing anything with the game in the last couple of days. Now, like I said, I do have a doctor's appointment. I'm not going to make the majority of my discussions on this channel be about health issues and stuff like that, but I did go ahead and decide, my gosh, life has been so busy, between my wife being as sick as she's been the last couple of years with the sinus infections and all of that kind of stuff, that I've put off doing a few things that I probably should have done. So, for us guys, once we hit that magic number of the age 50, we're supposed to go and have the colonoscopy and stuff like that done. I did not do that at age 50. I'm coming up on 53, but like I said, I've got a doctor's appointment coming up this next week on the 12th, I believe it is, and at that particular point in time, that's when I'm going to have the conversation with the doctor about why I can't drive in the middle of my lane, and I'm going to have the conversation about locating where the spinnery is. Is this where the spinnery is? Are we getting close? I think possibly the spinnery might be down this lane. Let's give that a try and see. Anyway, I'm going to have the conversation about getting the colonoscopy scheduled, and also talk to him about why I've not been feeling so well the last few bit of time. Now, I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that I had some kind of bug that occurred, hit me last week, and I think I'm still somewhat reeling from that. Let's see how we can just, I think we can turn and go through this and hopefully sell these guys. I think we need to probably undo the latches and see if they're selling. They may not sell because they're on the trailer. I don't know if they will actually sell off the trailer or not. So, well, we may need to unload them. So let's get this guy here out of the way just a little bit, and we'll see if we can do that. back this guy up here. But anyway, I will update you all to a certain extent. I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to give you guys the play-by-play on any of this stuff or how any of it works. I will just basically say that, of course, you all should go and get these things done when you're supposed to. But naturally, like I said before, I have been quite busy, and my number one priority has always been making sure my wife is healthy and all that good stuff. And I'm sure that for many of you, you also take your families into they become the priority of things, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But we also have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. But anyway, like I said I think at the top of the show, I think that at least for someone like myself who's not very coordinated with picking up bells and picking up stuff like that, I think that some of the things that Giants has done. Now I don't know if I can get to it. I may have to go around to the other side of the trailer. Either that or use what Manitou gave us, and that is this long reach, and see if we can kind of snag it like that. Hey, it doesn't always have to be pretty. It just has to basically work. So that's fine too. We can do it just like that. All right. So one of the reasons why we actually brought the Manitou down here was for our next stop. I don't know how much we made there. $60,000. We were at what, 50, almost 58. So we only made just maybe a little over $2,000 on this little exercise. But hey, that's okay. That's $2,000 that we didn't have before. Maybe almost $3,000 there after I look at it there. So we'll lower or raise that guy back up. We'll lock our straps down just to make sure that the Manitou doesn't come flying off, and we're going to go make our next stop. Now it looks like Courseplay must be behaving quite nicely, because I've not seen any of those messages that have come up from time to time to yell at me to go and sort those guys out. So we will see what happens. So next we're going to go by the shop, if we can figure out how to actually get there from here. I think, well, we can't cut across there. Well, maybe we could have, but anyway. So like I said, I'll update you all on how things go, how I feel and whatnot. But again, don't think that I'm going to turn this into Jerry's medical review and all that stuff, just simply because I know you all have better things to tune into. But because I am a man of a certain age, some of you are as well, and some of you are a little bit younger. I will just kind of give you the 60,000 foot view of how things go and progress and everything. But yeah, I'm not concerned. I just think that I got a bug that is still somewhat lingering with me. I don't really have any of the symptoms, the stomach problems and everything that I had before, but needless to say, I think that it's just part and parcel of what I had maybe. And we'll set our parking brake, we'll get out. We're going to get into the Manitou because I have found, maybe we'll try to walk up the thing there and get in a little bit easier there. I found the egg crate that I was talking about. Now I don't know how this works, so I'm just basically going to try this guy out. Let me show it to you in the shop. If we bring up the shop, you'll find it under pallets, and you'll find it under egg pallet, and it's $25. Now I don't, well, let me go back. Maybe there's some information that tells us something. It's a fillable egg pallet. It holds 2,400 liters of eggs, and like I said, it costs $25. Now, I don't know what, I'm assuming this is reusable, although I will say that in the description of this, and you can find this mod, you can find the link to this mod in my mod spreadsheet. I put it under the miscellaneous category. So go to grizzlybearsims.com and look under the information tab at the top of the page. Look under add-ons and mod directory, and you'll find this guy listed there. So we're just going to go ahead and just leave it on the Manitou, because again, I'm pretty sure that we're probably going to need to take it off of the trailer to be able to use it, and that's okay, because well, that's kind of why we're doing it this way. Now, I could not figure out a way. We'll set the straps. There we go. Couldn't figure out. I couldn't reset the. I couldn't reset the egg crate back to the shop or back to the main farm. You know, some mods don't allow you to do that. The Phrase is one of them. The Phrase wouldn't reset even in Farm Sim 17 either. It wouldn't show up on the map when you brought up the. You know, like if you come here, for example, and bring up your map to see where all your things are. If you come over to the shop, if you have something for sale, you can usually click on it and reset it. Can't do that with the egg crate. It doesn't show up, neither does the Phrase. But I don't know why that is. I'm not a modder, and I don't pretend to be one, so don't have that information. So we're going to go ahead and head back to, well, I was going to say we're going to head back to the main farm, but I think what we're going to do is we're setting at about 20 minutes, about 20 minutes into this video. I think what we'll do is we will head back to, let's just do this right quick, because I want to see, yeah, looks like they're doing quite well out there. Now, I did go ahead, I don't think we need the straw per se. We don't need the straw in the silo, but I thought that maybe, you know, we might be able to sell it. So might bale it and sell it to some local farmers or something like that. Again, if we can get a few $1,000s for it, as long as it kind of covers the costs of handling it, whether we bale it and then pick it up and haul it and sell it someplace, or whether we sell it as bulk loose straw. As long as it covers the costs of doing that, then I don't really have a problem in going to the added expense or added trouble of making that happen. All right, so here we are. We are at our chicken coop, for lack of a better description, I suppose. I guess that is what it is, so might as well call it that. And let's go ahead and just open up our chicken coop door here. And our beautiful chickens are in here working hard, laying eggs, and all that good stuff. And let's just see. Actually, we need to go back into the truck, don't we, Jerry? Because we need to do that, and we need to do that. And then we can jump out, get back into the Manitou. Now, like I said, you guys may already know how all this works. You know, you may have already experienced Farm Sim 19 life with a chicken egg crate, and maybe you haven't. I saw these, but I'm pretty sure that when I saw these on someone else's map, they were empty. They didn't have egg boxes in them already. So I really don't know. This is not showing as having anything in it. As you can see, it's empty down below. So maybe this isn't even the right mod. I don't know, but we're going to just set this right here. We're going to shut our Manitou off, and we're just going to see if this works. It may not even work. It may not do what I think it's going to do, but I'm kind of hoping that it kind of does, and it went somewhere. So before I do all of them, because who knows, there might be some. Okay, so we're at 1%. We're at 1%. We got 14 eggs in our egg crate. So we're going to hop back over. We're going to pick up this guy here, and let's just go ahead and put them all in there, because, you know, hey, this is all about sort of experimentation and having fun, and we're just going to see how it all works. We'll hop back over the fence, jump in our Manitou, and we've got 464 eggs. So I know that this is not full, but again, I kind of want to see how this works, meaning that it said something about, on the mod description, it said something about the egg crate disappears when we sell the eggs. Now, why does it do that? where does it disappear to? And does this mean that basically every time we sell eggs from we've got to buy a new egg crate? Hopefully not. That's going to get kind of old if that happens to be the case. So what we're going to do is we're going to just load our Manitou back up, and we're going to very quickly go to the main farm, because we're not that far away from the main farm. And we're going to go and then pick up the egg crate that's there, and then we're going to go and sell and see what happens, because again, inquiry minds want to know, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do our straps just to keep everything on, and I'm just going to off-road it here. Excuse me, right across here and go into here. What might be kind of cool is if depending on what happens with this, I mean, 25 bucks to sell these, it's probably not that big of an expense to be able to have something that is more easily able to transport them. And what I can do is just get, buy 2 of them, put one up at the chicken coop, and then leave one at the main farm. And then basically as we see egg boxes being laid out there, we'll just grab them and throw them in there. And then once we kind of think that they're full, then we can haul them to market. Now, I don't know if I need to unload the Manitou to be able to do this. Maybe not. We'll see. If we can just get this guy close enough, maybe he will disappear. And there he goes. All right. So let's just quickly check inside the Manitou. We have 492 eggs. That's not bad. I don't know how much an egg costs in that perspective, but we'll soon find out. Now, I think that the best place to sell eggs, let's just bring up the map really quick and go to our commodity pricing here. $31.88 at the grain mill, and the grain mill is located right up there past some manure cells before we get to the heating plant. So I kind of know how to get there because I had set up a courseplay course on how to do that, or courseplay course to sell some grain up there is what I meant to say. And so let's just go ahead and just mosey on over there, and we'll see what happens to the egg crate, because again, I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that when I saw these on another Let's Play on another map, and it wasn't Fenton Forest Farm, I can't remember what map it was. I'm pretty sure that these didn't have actual egg boxes in them when I saw them laying around. So maybe there are other options, and I will certainly look and see if I can find additional things, additional egg crates, if there is such a thing. But the one that I found, I linked to, and like I said, this is it. And so we're going to see what happens to it. I guess in an ideal, perfect world, is we basically wouldn't lose the egg crate pallet itself, because obviously I think these are designed to be reused. We would obviously throw our eggs in them, and then when they're full, we take them to market and sell them, and then we would get those back, because obviously unless it's property of our egg buyer, when we can play it like that if we want to, if we need to, we can basically say that, okay, well, the egg company that we're going to be selling our eggs to is providing us these crates, and then when we take them in to sell, we're obviously leaving the eggs in the crates. They're giving us our money, and then they will give us more. Egg crates or egg pallets at some particular point in time. I don't know. Does that work? Does that make sense? I don't know. This is a beautiful map, I will tell you. Again, it's based on Felsbrunn, obviously. So if you have played Felsbrunn, then you're probably already recognizing some of the characteristics of it. As a matter of fact, the BGA I think is pretty much untouched. I don't think Stevie did a whole lot as far as changing the BGA around. And and to be quite honest with you, and I'll just throw this out there for transparency, I've never even loaded Felsbrunn, started a game save on the default Felsbrunn. So I couldn't tell you. Maybe Felsbrunn is identical, and all Stevie really did was change some names around. But I kind of have a feeling that some of the field orientation and everything down around the main farm is different. But again, I've not loaded Felsbrunn up. It really wasn't an interest of mine. I really had high hopes in Ravenport as being an American map and all that stuff, but hey, it ended up being kind of the disappointment, at least for me. And I'm not gonna continue to go into all of that, because we've hashed that out before, and most everyone that watches is certainly in agreement. So let's just do this. We're just gonna block the road for a minute, and we're gonna let our trailer down like that, and we'll set our parking brake, and we're just going to leave the truck running because we're here in the middle of the road, blocking the road, and then we'll get in our trusty Manitou, where we've not even really bothered loading this crate on squarely, and see what happens when we try to sell this. Now again, this is this particular location. This is the grain mill. This was the location with the highest purchase price of the eggs, and we'll just take them up here and see what happens when we sell them. And we've just sold those eggs for $1,567, and it looks like our egg crate, our egg pallet mechanism, whatever we want to call that, has disappeared as the mod description said that it would. Where did it disappear to? Has it completely gone away forever and ever? Is it located at the store? I don't know. I'm going to end this episode fairly quick here. So what we will do is we will just sort of transport ourselves to the store to see if it reappears here, and it does not, because the egg crate was right around here. So it looks like the egg crate is gone. It looks like that is a cost, of maybe doing business that way. If you want to have something that is somewhat nice and flexible to throw your eggs into, then obviously it's going to cost you $25 to have that. Let's see. Yep, see, it doesn't show that we own one anymore. This was a one before, and if we look in our own garage at all the equipment that we have, we don't have that. So here is the deal, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages. If you know of a better chicken crate or chicken pallet or whatever that's called, that maybe doesn't disappear, that where we wouldn't have the cost of $25 each time that we want it. Now, naturally, I also understand that we should have maximized our profit and basically sold that at top dollar when it was full and all that kind of stuff. But hey, we were just kind of experimenting because we don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you know until you know it, right? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're a little bit past 30 minutes, I think, and I apologize for that. I will wrap things up and let you get back to your busy day. I appreciate you taking time out of that busy day to spend a little bit of time here with old Grizzly Bear Sims. Thank you so much for watching. Please head over and check out the Simulation Gaming Society Discord channel if you haven't already. We welcome you to become a member over there and say hi to us, and let's share our knowledge of Farm Sim and some of the other wonderful simulation-based games with each other, because we can't know everything. Head over, say hi to Eustace Pharmer and Duckzorly Gaming. Also, please check out their individual channels as well. We're all three founders of the Simulation Gaming Society, and we appreciate you guys spending time with us, watching our videos and all that kind of stuff, as I've already said. Again, if you know of a better chicken pallet coop thing or chicken pallet mechanism thing, let me know in the chat or down below the video, or head over to Discord and give me a private message or something like that and let me know, and I'd be happy to try that out. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate it, and until next time, please take good care of yourself, also of each other, and be kind to animals. They really, really do need our help. And I thank you for watching. And what is all that down there? Looks like a little fishing spot. Man, I tell you what, this would be, just going to leave our truck there because we can. This would be a fantastic little vacation cottage. I could see myself coming out here with a little picnic lunch and just sitting out here and just baiting my hook and throwing it off into the water there. And well, I don't see any fish, so we might go hungry. Who knows? I don't know if those are fish or not. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.